What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy DJ Kenny. You've seen the description, and that's right. Today we'll be working on the DJ Control Impulse T7. I will be showing you how to remove and replace the belt. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you.
Core DJs.
The process that you're going to need today is some type of sharp tool that has a nice sharp edge on it. I don't have one. I tried to use this piece right here, but it wasn't long enough to get down in there to get to the prongs inside. So we're just going to use this today, but I suggest that if you do have the correct tool to use one today, we're just going to use a steak knife. So the first thing that we want to do is that we want to remove the vinyl record from the Impulse T7 and any type of slip mat that you might have positioned up under there. Set them off to the side because you will be replacing them again. So what you want to do there's 3 notches in this centerpiece right here. So what you want to do is you want to try to get your pry tool gently up underneath there. Like I said, today we're using a steak knife. If you do use a steak knife, try to flip the steak knife away from your fingers and go this way. I would go that way so it's something nice and smooth, because if you use it this way, you could actually cut yourself. So let's go ahead and flip the knife over. And what you want to do is there's 3 grooves that's in there, and what you want to try to do is you want to try to get all the way. This is one right here, and they're like little tabs, and what you want to try to do is take the knife and go this way just a little bit. Just put a little pressure on it and pull up as you're doing it, and you'll see it come up a little bit. So watch me work it and then work yourself around. I'm gonna speed this video up so I can get down to the process. And just work yourself around. You'll see it come up very easily. Okay, so now that we got the centerpiece off of the spindle, okay, this is my centerpiece right here. We want to set it off to the side. Then you're going to have another piece in here. I want to call it like a little paper clip or whatever have you. I don't know the direct name for it, but it's a little clip that actually clips onto the spindle to keep the spindle locked in place so it just doesn't come up on you. So what I would do is I would use a pry tool. So I have a pry tool for that. And what you want to do is basically you want to get up underneath with your pry tool. Okay, basically what you want to do is that the 2 pieces lock inside the center piece of the tab, and get up under there with your pry tool and lift and push to the side. So what you want to do is you want to lift and get one end out first. There we go, and the piece should come up very easily. So once you get one side up, the other side should be easy. Take your other piece and you can get that right off. Okay, so that's that piece. Remember the way it came positioned, it came sitting on the spindle piece. See if you can see it that way. So this is this side up. Let's see if it was this side up, but you want it to sit with back onto the spindle like that. That locks it in place. Okay, then once you do that, you can take your pry tool, or you can actually take your finger, but I'll use my pry tool today, and you can get the door that actually holds the that covers the mechanism up where the belt rides around. Okay, so you get your little center door right there, you put it to the side. So what we're going to do is, this belt works right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make the belt slip off the spindle. And while I do that, I wouldn't suggest that you do this, but basically all you're doing is just taking your finger and lifting it up over the spindle and taking the belt off. Okay, so now that belt is not on that spindle. If I push play, you see it doesn't work. Actually, we took the belt off the spindle. Turning your mechanism off, always turn your mechanism off. Always turn your mechanism off. I just wanted to show you that this belt was working. And while it's got all the pieces off, the belt's removed, you lift it up. So if your belt does snap off or anything, I'm going to show you the proper way of putting it back on. Let's get to it. Okay, now that we have the belt off of the platter, we're going to replace the belt back onto the platter, back onto the mechanism. So the first thing that you want to do is that you want to start the belt off. Make sure the belt is straight. So let me put this platter down so I can show you. You want to make sure that the belt is all straight. Okay, you don't want it twisted or nothing like that because it will not drive across the platter correctly. You want to make sure that the belt is straight. Once you do that, you want to take your thumb and your index finger and hold the platter. This is real simple to do. Placing with the other hand, placing the belt, starting the belt around the edge, inner edge of the platter. You want to make sure that the belt sits flat across on the inner side of the platter, okay? Not too far up on the platter, but just around about like in the center. And you'll see where the actual belt rolled across the platter, the inner of the platter. Taking your hand and holding it and just gently take the belt. Do not stretch the belt in any type of way. Just let the belt go ahead and sit on there. And you want to ride it around the edge of the platter, the inner of the platter. Okay. Now you want to check it and make sure that the belt is straight going across. Just roll it around. Okay, it looks good. Now what you want to do is still taking your thumb and your index finger inside of the holes of the platter. You want to take your thumb and leave a little slack. Place the platter back over the spindle and then take the belt and make sure the belt is below the surface of here. Okay, make sure it's not on the edge of here because it will not sit on there correctly. But you want to make sure that the belt is below that little platform in there. Taking your thumb, yeah, I'm right, and you want to take it and gently get it below that surface. I think that's the hardest part about getting this belt back on, but it's not really hard at all. Once you do it a couple times, I've did it around about 5 or 6 times. In re-editing this video, I forgot to add on how you put the belt back on. So I'm actually doing it again. So it's not a problem. But anyway, you take your thumb and you position it and you're going to put it back over the drive mechanism that drives the belt. Okay. And you just want to make sure without twisting that belt, go all the way underneath that little tab with your thumb. Not hard at all. Take this hand and you can do the same thing. Position it all the way as low as you can get it up underneath that tab. Do not try to turn the turntable as you're doing it, because if it's actually clipping onto the edge, you could actually cut the belt. But you will feel it fall in place. Like right now, it is in place. Okay, so once you get it in place, then you're going to gently just roll it around and make sure that there's no resistance on the belt. And this one, it seems to be rolling fine. Turn back on your turntable. You have to have a serrato in order for this to work, because it won't just play when you push play. So I'm going to go ahead and let serrato enable real quick. And we're just going to double check to make sure that this belt is running correctly. So as serrato is coming up right now, it's going to indicate that it recognizes the T7. Once it does that, then you can push play. Watch this platter roll. And like clockwork, there's no resistance. So that's how you replace the belt back onto the platter. Put your pieces back on, the door that covers up the mechanism that drives around the belt. Snaps right back in place. You want to replace this clip. Remember that this clip goes this way. It goes this way. So in order to place the clip, what you want to do is you want to start one end around as low as it'll go. Then take the other end and gently take your hand and you should hear it clip back in place. There it is. That simple. Once again, roll it around. That's my rabbit. Roll it around. Sounds good. Once you do that, you're going to place your center cap back over your spindle. Make sure that all 3 tabs are placed over the holes. Anything more, you can break these tabs. It's just plastic. So you see the 3 holes that's in the center here? You're going to replace them. It doesn't matter which one. Just place it right over there in the middle. Do not try to force it. If you feel any resistance, back up, take it off, take a second look. But if you don't, it's really hard not to miss these holes right here. Take it, pop them on there. That does it. Take your slip mat and your record, put it back over there, and you're done. You're great. That does it for me, DJ Kenny. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow my channel. You can also follow me on DJ Kenny 708. Coming up soon, I'm gonna have a video. We're gonna be changing out the default fader to inner fader. Stay tuned for that video. That does it for me, DJ Kenny. Peace.
Core DJs.